Welcome back to my studio, and today we have a brand new unboxing video of another Asus product, Zenfone 5. Asus released two variants this year named Zenfone 5 ZE620KL and Zenfone 5Z ZE620KL. Not to be confused with the Zenfone 5 that Asus released back in 2014, because that phone was, oddly enough, named after its screen size, which was 5-inch. Thank God Asus stopped doing that. So anyway, let's get on with it. This is Mubashir from my studio, and today we are going to unbox the new Zenfone 5. Now before we begin, let me just clear up one thing. I actually opened the box and took the headphones out because I needed them, so the phone actually came with the headphones, but you won't see them in this unboxing video. Apologies for that. After opening the box, the first thing that we see is another small box which carries the SIM tray ejector tool, and inside the box there is a case for the phone which is gifted by Asus. And here is the Zenfone 5. But let's take a look at the accessories first. Here you have the usual charging adapter, a USB to USB-C cable, a headphone, and some extra plugs for the headphone. Now let's get to the device. The top of the phone has antenna lines and a secondary microphone. On the right side are volume rockers and a power button. At the bottom you can see speaker grills, primary microphone, a USB-C port, and of course a headphone jack. On the left side is secondary microphone, the hybrid SIM tray where you can insert two SIM cards or one SIM card and one microSD memory card. On the back, Asus has gone with a glass back with its trademark concentric circles forming around the fingerprint scanner. And like the current trend, dual rear camera setup. The main camera is 12 megapixels with f1.8 and the secondary camera is wide angle 8 megapixel with f2.0. And below the camera bump is the flashlight. The display on this phone is absolutely astonishing. Asus has packed a 6.2-inch screen on a 5.9-inch body. The resolution is 1080 by 2246 pixels, making a 402 pixels per inch density. In comparison with the 6 inches Google Pixel 2 XL, the 5.7 inches Zenfone 3 Deluxe, and the 5.5-inch iPhone 6s Plus, this phone is still smaller and more compact while sporting a bigger screen than all three of them. This is a top-notch design right here. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. The notch. Many people on the internet are hating it, but in my opinion, the notch gives the device a different look than previous generation smartphones. But in their last update, Asus has added a feature of hiding the notch for those who are hating it. The notch is actually wider than the Fruit phone, so it can show more notification icons. Also, you get to see more notifications when you tap the notification bar. So the notch on this phone is better than the notch on the Fruit phone in my opinion. The notch holds ambient light sensor, speaker grills, and an 8 megapixel f2.0 selfie camera. All three cameras have electronic image stabilization. The LED notification light is placed smartly inside the speaker grills. And now let's talk about the operating system. I'm using Android Oreo 8.0. However, Asus has promised to provide Android P for this phone. On top of the OS is the Asus Zenfone 5.0, which packs pretty awesome features, like tap the status bar for a quick look at notifications, double tap to wake up and lock, quick screenshot by tapping and holding the resend button. A feature called Twin Apps allows you to clone your favorite apps in case you have two accounts. Game Genie provides a toolbar to tweak settings quickly while playing game. It also allows you to record or live stream your gameplay. Zen Emoji, which is Asus's version of Animojis or AR emojis. A bunch of AI features like AI charging, which learns from your previous charging behavior and adjusts charging rate accordingly. AI ringtone, which allows your phone to intelligently set the ringtone volume depending on the environment. The fingerprint sensor is pretty fast in detecting your finger and it unlocks the phone instantly. Asus has also provided the face unlock feature on this phone, but that's not nearly as secure as the fingerprint sensor. I had my brother try it with his face and it unlocked with him as well. So I wouldn't rely on that. All three cameras have electronic image stabilization. Speaking of the camera, here are some sample shots taken from the Zenfone 5 and my Google Pixel 2 XL. Sample shots are taken with the primary camera only. Even the primary camera on the Zenfone is wider than Pixel 2 XL's camera. This gives Zenfone an advantage, especially in a small space. But the photos taken with the Pixel have more contrast and deeper blacks than Zenfone. In this picture, Zenfone overexposed the sky, resulting in loss of highlight details. This is just a camera software issue that Asus needs to work on. As a workaround, I prefer the Pro mode where I can adjust the shutter speed, aperture and ISO manually. Now in the video testing, Asus proved to be better in focusing. Pixel sadly had to do some focus hunting when I moved the phones. Except for a bit imbalance of contrast and exposure in some shots, Zenfone 5 camera is extremely powerful and reliable. Keep in mind the Google Pixel 2 XL is a $1,000 flagship device, while Zenfone 5 is a mid-range phone that's currently in the market for less than $400. In this price range, I'd say this phone is totally bang for the buck. The camera detects up to 16 scenes and adjusts settings accordingly. To test this, I have set up a slideshow of some pictures that I took recently. Focus on the top left side of the screen. When it detects a flower, it shows a flower icon. When it detects a cat, it shows a cat icon there. An icon when it detects a face. And so on. Thank you for watching the video. Please hit the like button and subscribe for more videos. This is Mubashir from Mile Studio and I'll see you next time.